You guys are in a room and your worst nightmare appears in front of you but like in a form.
Yeah.
It's not like the death, right? Like it's like some people are scared of crazy clowns. Like what would happen in each one of those rooms for you? What monster would appear and what would you do about it?
What monster? My like worst nightmare?
Yeah.
You know what's scary? So I've been doing this dream stuff I told you, where you record your dreams, and this is Carl Jung was very big into this. If you pay attention to your dreams and they get weirder as you pay more conscious attention to them, because you actually are not just experiencing random fantasies from the movie you watched the night before. You are diving deeper into layers of your psyche. Mm-hmm. So the most terrifying dream I had probably a couple weeks ago, and I was being on the chase, and it was a fun car chase, but a little bit high anxiety. And then I disappeared, and we're in this basement. We get out of here, and I'm in this room, and it's heaven. It's like what is it? Ceiling clouds is what it looks like, and it's like I love this place. I remember this place. I don't know what it is, but I love it and I remember it. And boom, like I still get scared thinking about it. This Dementor like figure, like a shrouded ghost, comes behind me, and this is my whatever it is. It is my worst nightmare. I'm positive, and it says. And it's like behind me, and I know if I turn around, it's going to be like right next to me, so I can't turn around, and it approaches me, and I'm terrified, and my heart is racing, and it says, "I can call you by name." And I am vaguely aware that I'm in a dream right now, and I'm like, please, I don't want to be at odds with you. Like, I want to understand you. And it turns a little bit like facing me to the side, and I see like the shroud of the Dementor thing goes away, and it's a woman's face. It's not a woman that I know. And it's God, I have written it down what else it said, but it was the most terrifying dream I've ever had in my entire life. And I've done research on it, but they have I don't know if this is the case, but there are figures that are common to people that come into their dreams. So there's one of the things that Carl Jung called your anima or your animus. Mm-hmm. And then there's your shadow. So your shadow, for instance, is same sex. It's the parts of yourself that you like reject same sex. So that your shadow will often be this negative figure in that sense. But then you have your animum, which is often a positive figure of the opposite sex. So I don't know if and it helps you integrate all of the feminine traits that you haven't integrated in your life. So maybe that's my worst thing. I don't know if this was my anima, but full on panic when I woke, like as it happened and when I woke up. So whatever it is, it's a Dementor with a woman's face underneath.
Wait, your anima is opposite sex and you get along, or you're supposed to be afraid of it?
Well, it oftentimes is a helpful figure. It like comes to you and is a beautiful woman.
And your shadow is supposed to be the scary one?
Is often the scary one. It's often same sex.
Interesting.
Scary.
Did you just come out as trans on the podcast?
So, how's your relationship with the male figures? So, I don't know if it counts. And again, you can there's hundreds of times that you've had male and female figures, but this was a very impactful, emotional dream.
Yeah.
I have to get back to writing them down. I think there's a lot to be learned from dream investigation about one's own psyche.
Yeah, it's a cliffhanger. I'd like to know more.
Yeah, I'll let you know as we go deeper.
How did it end? You just woke up. She's talking to you, and then you just woke up.
Yeah, I've had a couple of these where I start speaking to parts of myself, and the shit they say is always like terrifyingly cryptic. Like I can call you by name. It's like, what the
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So you just started the first minutes of dialogue and then woke yourself up scared, basically?
Yeah.
She'll be back.
She'll be back for sure. Well, I haven't written. I've leaned off of that. I was very heavy into meditation. Not very heavy. I was doing my meditation. I was doing my free writing. And recently I've been like business systems. And I'm so happy to not be dealing with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Business systems. I'm very much in the material world these days. Yep. It's fun. I like it. I'll go back.
Yeah. That's the point, right?
Exactly. So I'm enjoying not at all uncovering psychic layers. What about you?
Mine's been the same for a long time, for years and years. I don't remember when it started, but I have this recurring, it's always different, the details, but basically something will occur and I will murder somebody. Like someone will be attacking someone I love or attacking me, or something will happen, and in self-defense, I will end a life. Mm-hmm. And then for whatever reason, the self-defense thing doesn't work in terms of court, and I go to jail. And then I'm just in jail, and it's horrifying. And nothing's ever happened in terms of like me getting raped or anything like that, but the fear is ever present. I am just in prison and so scared. And sometimes I'll wake myself up then. Sometimes I'll escape and I'll be on the run. Like I think the last one I had, I was on the lam, and then all of a sudden you're hiding from every camera because you can't, because we live in the internet world and police are out to get you and you're on the run, and it's so terrifying, and there's no winning. I've never had a dream where I escaped prison and then went to the Greek islands and was surrounded by beautiful people. It's just always terror, and then I wake up at some point. And that I have had that dream for ever. Yeah. Prison scares me so bad. So
interesting.
Read into that what you will. But.
Yeah. Well, you have to. I mean, you let us know if you realize you're in a dream. Talk to the people. Be like, why do you want to put me back in jail?
Yeah.
And they'll tell you. They'll give you some stuff.
Well, I've always been under the impression that might for right is a good thing. So if somebody's trying to hurt you or someone's trying to kill someone you love, that's not a bad thing to murder them. So the fact that that's always a part of it, I don't really understand, except for that's always the mechanism for me getting into prison. But it's never a theft. It's never any sort of crime besides a murder that seems like it's unavoidable.
Yeah.
And that you're the good guy in the situation, but then all of a sudden you're in prison.
Yeah.
And then
who do you murder?
Terror. Just random bad guys. It's never people I know, really. It's just someone will be, whatever, it's trying to murder someone I love, trying to rape someone I love, trying to murder me, attacking me, and I'm trying to defend myself. It'll be an accident. You know, there's a million ways it plays out, but never someone I know.
Gotta talk to him.
Mostly, I just make sure that I never, ever, ever commit a crime because I'm so scared of prison.
No jail, please.